When you don't have 20 minutes to watch a full review, when you're not looking for a how to play or an hour-long playthrough, and let's be honest, when the interest is a little lower too, that's why we have 6 small box games for you. Hey, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co, and this is another 6 small box game roundups. We have 6 small box games to go through. We have Better Letters, we have Asterix Co, we have Kado or Kado, I'm never really sure which one it is. We have Brix, Blob Party, Neon Knights, and Tic Tac Slash. These are the 6 games we're going through, giving you the general overview of how it plays, as well as my quick thoughts, opinions on them, and of course a score. We're going to go ahead and start off with the easy one. This is the best one on the table right now, but it's also easy to get out of the way because this is Blob Party. That's all it is. If you watch my review on Blob Party, this is Blob Party with new cards. Sure, they call it Neon Knights, and they have like a, I don't know, a vibe to it. But it's basically the exact same game, just more content for that game. So if you want to go, I mean, there's more Play-Doh, I guess, if you want that. It's more Blob Party. If you like Blob Party, this is, more of it. If you don't like Blob Party, this is the same thing. I prefer the original box of Blob Party, but it's more cards for Blob Party. That's not a bad thing. You could have always made up your own cards whenever you wanted, but it's more Blob Party. I give Blob Party a 4 out of 5. I will give this a 4 out of 5 as well, although to be clear, because of the way I rate expansions, that's getting this because this is a standalone game. So as a standalone game, it's still getting a 4 out of 5. If this were an expansion, it'd get a 3, maybe a 3.5. It's just more cards, more cards. I don't mind it. You probably don't need both games unless you play Blob Party a lot and you just want more cards, in which case get it. It's more cards, and it'll all fit in the same box, which I will be doing promptly after this review. I don't need 2 boxes for Blob Party. That's my 4 to 5, best game on the table, but also a little bit anticlimactic because it's just more Blob Party. I was hoping it'd be more, but it's not. It is more. Just not more, if that makes sense. Anyways, from there, let's go ahead from the best to the worst. The worst is going to be Kado or Kado over here. This is from Pandasaurus game. It's the thought that counts, or not. This is a gift-giving game where you're going to draw cards, and then players have the opportunity to reject or accept the card, but you don't necessarily know what's coming next. And you're trying to be mindful. Well, then there's also a predicting mechanism, because when you give a gift to somebody else, they can guess as far as the attributes of the gift that you kept in order to see whether they can steal that gift from you, because there's a degree of trying to make sure rows and columns align based off of colors or the gifts, and so it's a little bit of a mini bluffing game. That's kind of the core idea. It's a drop of push your luck and a drop of, I don't even know if bluffing is the right terminology. I'd say a drop of push your luck and then a drop of just guessing what is more likely to have been kept by the other player, possibly with like 5% double think. But I mean, honestly, if you play the double think game, I think you're just going to lose because, sure, no one predicted that you scored poorly. That's what would happen. No one would predict that you scored poorly. Oh my gosh, I didn't know you'd have a blue teddy bear. Why? Because it's bad for you. That's why I didn't know. So it's more guessing combined with push your luck. That's the core idea. I think it's fine. I just don't know if there's that exciting of a game here. I had a chance to play this one on BGA. Playing it in person has not changed my mind. Like if you watch my 17 Board Game Arena review video, this was in there. Playing it in person has unfortunately not changed my mind. It is still a 2.5 out of 5. Because in that video I gave it a 2.5. I still gave it a 2.5. Anyways, from there, let's go to Tic Tac Slash. We're going to do small box games. Tic Tac Slash is tic-tac-toe, but with cards. It's Tic Tac Slash. There's some variants to it, but I'm going to focus on the core gameplay idea. I'm not doing the setup over here. The setup would have like some specific cards, but basically you're trying to create X's or O's. So you're going to try to have to partially cover some boards. So look at that. I have my X over here. Well, now my opponent wants to try to block that off, so let's try to go ahead and set that up because maybe I can work my way on a diagonal. I see the diagonal. He can't get a diagonal over here. That would be hard, but he could get a diagonal here, so I'm going to try to cover it, place my own. No, that would be bad. That would be bad. Let's do it like this. I'm going to do it like this over here. That's going to stop them from creating a diagonal. I might be able to set up a double trap. No, I don't think I can. I could. We're going to place this over here, and that's going to give me those over here. So now I'm pretty well set up for a double trap, unless they can stop me. Can they stop me? Because you can't cover the entire card. You have to cover partially, which means I actually might have it right now. Because over here, no, it might depend on what I got. I don't know. Either way, you go back and forth until you create the X and O. It's X's and O's with a card overlaying and underlaying, well, overlaying mechanic. There's a modular variety as well, where you're trying to create the patterns on the center of the card. Overall, this is fun. It's a fun game. I don't think there's a ton to it. I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. I've enjoyed it. I think the card art is delightful. I think the cards feel very premium. The problem I have with it is that there's not really a ton of gameplay there. The main mechanism of X's and O's is just a slight shift on the original X's and O's, and the modular variant is actually more fun, but in my opinion is less strategic. So I like it. I've had fun with it, but a 3 out of 5. Then from there, we're going to go ahead and get to Better... Yes, let's do Better Letters. Better letters is from play to Z. The general idea of this game is that you are trying to go ahead and create words that match certain criteria. So you're going to be given certain criteria such as ends with P, starts with an L, has 2 syllables, has an A, N in it, things like that. You're creating a 3x3 grid. It's going to grow as you play, but it starts off as a 3x3 grid of different criteria that you're trying to create a word that fits those criteria. But then everyone else is trying to do the same, and you're working on the same grid. There is a shared scoring mechanism where you're trying to be unique in the sense that anytime you guys hit the same card, you score less points for it. So you're trying to be like, what is less likely to have been taken, and what more clever words that are less obvious can I come up with? The general idea, the premise of it, I thought was very clever. I saw this at Origins, and I bought it right away because I thought, like, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to love this. Playing it was fine. It was fine. It's another word game, but the idea of it I liked a lot more than the execution. It's going to come in at a 3 out of 5. Let's do another one on this side before we go back to the best game that's not just another game. That's Blob Party again. We have Asterix Co. Asterix Co over here. I was very excited to see this one at UKGE because I like Asterix. I like the world of Asterix, and I was excited about a game in the world of Asterix, and so I got Asterix Co. It's fun. It's a brawl. It's a brawl in which you're going to be playing cards. You're going to have basically 2 books, effectively. These are called, I think they're called, oh my gosh, what are they called again? Albums. I think it's called albums, but they're called something in the game. But basically, they are the books from Asterix and Obelix that you're competing over them. You flip them over, it has the art from the original books, and then you flip it over, and it has some criteria or variant to it. But each player is fighting on both sides, trying to basically fight all players. So for the 3-player game, I'm fighting these 2, that one's fighting those 2. Everyone's fighting 2 people. They're 2 neighbors. But you're going to be playing cards in order to go ahead and eclipse the total in order to get to 15 on one side. But cards have all kinds of abilities. But basically, it's play a card, do the ability, try to get your card to try to get your side to 15. I enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it primarily because it's Asterix & Co. Or Asterix and Obelix. Why is it not just Asterix and Obelix? Anyways, I don't think the gameplay mechanics really pulled me in. It's a fine game. Nothing wrong with it, but it's a draw a card, play a card kind of a game. Generally, I don't love those, and the best thing about this game is the IP on top of it. Again, it's not bad. I've had fun playing it, but I had fun because of the theme, not because of the gameplay mechanics. And then lastly, you have Tower Brix. Easily the best game on this table that is not just a re-implementation of another game. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, just less impressive. Tower Brix from Cosmos is going to have players working together in a, what are those games? There's a few games that do this. I can't remember the names of the games. There's a game from, oh my gosh, this is going to bother me. There's that game of hidden communication from the people who make Sagrada. Who makes Sagrada? I've blanked on everything. I can't remember anything about life anymore. Oh my gosh, it is... Okay. I don't remember the name of the game. I'm blanking the name of the company. I'm blanking Floodgate. Floodgate Games made Decorum. There we go. Decorum. Decorum is a game in which you're trying to, without communicating, you're trying to rearrange the furniture, so to speak. It is a very frustrating yet very satisfying game at the same time. There was another game as well from Good Games that was about like vegetable broth. Again, Too Many Cooks. Too Many Cooks. I'm remembering. I think it was called Too Many Cooks. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But basically, same idea. You're trying to make all your criteria have to align, but you can't actually communicate to other players. So you're just working within that constriction. Tower Brix is the same idea. You have certain cards that you're trying to go with certain criteria. You have a certain number of odd blocks, even blocks, standing up blocks, colored blocks. You have to have a blue block at the very top. You can't have more than one blue block on its side. You have all these different criteria that you're trying to fulfill from the various players, and the game gives you different decks of cards, which is going to be helpful, so that way no 2 rules contradict each other. And you're trying to work together to achieve those not conflicting, but potentially conflicting. So, for example, potentially conflicting might mean things like if I have to get a blue block as the highest block, but you have to have like a yellow block that is above a blue block. So when I put the blue block at the top, you might put a yellow block on top of that, and I put the blue block back on top, and you put the yellow block back on top, and we're going crazy because we're like, why is this not working? Then we realize I have a blue block at the top, and you have a yellow block above a blue block. And so we solve that by, without communicating, because we can't talk, maybe one of us is like, wait a second, why don't we leave the yellow block on top of the blue block, but then move another blue block, because there's multiple, on top of the yellow block. And suddenly we're all happy. That's the idea of the game. Rearrange things until you find something that fits all of your cards, and then score accordingly. You play across multiple rounds. There's a few challenge variants and things like that. The challenge variants are actually pretty cool. Definitely check that out. I've had fun with this. But I like Decorum, and I like Too Many Cooks as well. This is another game in that same genre. I would say if you like those kinds of games, you will probably like this one. This to me is coming in at a 3.5 out of 5. Those are our 6 small box games. Once again, we have Kado over here coming in at a 2.5 out of 5. We have Better Letters at a 3 out of 5. Asterix Co at a 3 out of 5. Tic Tac Slash at a 3 out of 5, Tower Brix at a 3.5, and finally Blob Party Neon Knights at a 4 out of 5. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.